Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, has become much more involved over the years in her and Prince William's campaign to raise awareness of mental health after she witnessed her brother James Middleton battle his own mental issues. A royal expert has speculated that this experience may have helped form an idea in Kate's mind, as she has gone on to work with a number of charities focused on emotional well-being and has established her own royal foundation which tackles development and mental health with young children. Speaking on the True Royalty documentary Kate, a Young Queen in Waiting, Richard Kay said, "Initially it started off that whole mental health campaign as a sort of heads-together thing. Harry, William, Kate and Meghan briefly. Shusha's got much more involved than people realize, and I think she might have had a little bit of experience from within her own family. Her brother James had problems with his own mental well-being. HES very bravely talked about it and in fact wrote about it too. That may have helped sort of form an idea in Kate's head, and she came with a bit of knowledge, if you like, about these kinds of issues." James Middleton, 34, first admitted his battle with clinical depression in January 2019, when he penned a long piece for the Daily Mail. He wrote that after struggling with his mental health since 2016, he felt inspired to share his story after witnessing the work his sister and brother-in-law were doing to destigmatize the issue. He wrote, "I feel compelled to talk about it openly because this is precisely what my brother-in-law Prince William, my sister Catherine and Prince Harry are advocating through their mental health charity Heads Together. They believe we can only tackle the stigma associated with mental illness if we have the courage to change the national conversation, to expel its negative associations. So it wouldn't be honest to suppress I want to speak out, and they are my motivation for doing so." He had previously been diagnosed with attention deficit disorder and dyslexia. In a later interview with The Telegraph, he revealed that members of his family, including Kate, had accompanied him to therapy sessions. After receiving help from family and friends, he sought help at a psychiatric hospital where he began a course of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Speaking of the support he received from the tight-knit Middleton family, he said it was an enormous help to have them accompany him to sessions. He said, "Not necessarily at the same time but either individually and, sometimes together. That was so important because that helped them understand me and how my mind was working." The entrepreneur is now in a much better place and recently celebrated his wedding in the south of France to his partner, Elise Thevnet. Kate and William, alongside former royal Harry, launched their Heads Together campaign in April 2016, with the goal of encouraging conversation on the topic of mental health. The campaign reportedly resulted in 1 million people speaking about their various mental struggles and £3 million was raised for mental health innovations. The Duchess voluntarily spoke about her own feelings of mum guilt and her lack of confidence at certain times throughout her life. She has also helped launch the Mentally Healthy Schools, which helps students and teachers gain access to